Alrighty, here we go. Next story up here. We get Derek Carr talking about Josh McDaniels, the new head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, we haven't really heard anything great about Josh McDaniels from the players. Everyone kind of seemed to want Rich Bisaccia back, which we kind of agreed with as well. But I'm sure they're going to warm up to Josh McDaniels. It's a long off season, time to get accustomed to him. I'm sure firing Rich Bisaccia kind of stung instantly for all the players there with the Raiders, but I think they'll be able to kind of get over it a little bit, and I don't think the players on this Raiders team are going to overall resent Josh McDaniels. I don't really see that happening, especially when you have Derek Carr on board, who is the true leader of this Raiders team on the field, off the field. So we get Raiders quarterback Derek Carr on new head coach Josh McDaniels and general manager Dave Ziegler saying, quote, "They've been great." So let's see what Derek Carr has to say about these new additions here, coaching-wise, general manager-wise, and see if you can win Derek Carr over. That's going to be the easiest way to win the entire team over. So Josh McDaniels, we know he's offensive-minded, so he's already going to be kind of, buddy-buddy with Derek Carr, but get to Derek Carr quick so we can kind of, squash the little tensions that already are in the Raiders locker room of not having Rich Bisaccia there. So let's see what Derek Carr is saying here. Let's read the first lead up. We got about 2 quotes here, so we can go through this quickly, but let's read the first lead up here. So here we go. Carr spoke publicly on Friday for the first time since McDaniels was hired last month as the Raiders' new head coach. And Carr said he's, quote, looking forward to getting to know McDaniels and general manager Dave Ziegler more as the offseason progresses, saying, quote, "They've been super awesome. They've been great. I'm just looking forward to getting to know them. We're doing the whole business relationship thing, but hopefully we get our families together and start getting to know each other and start building that unity that we had last year." Exactly that. They had a unity with Rich Bisaccia. That's why we never wanted the Raiders to fire Rich Bisaccia. The man really did the best he honestly could for what he was given for every single circumstance surrounding the Raiders. Rich Bisaccia got them into the playoffs, had their heads, on right heading into those big games, even though with the John Gruden distraction, everybody getting drunk and driving distraction, everybody showing guns with the Raiders distraction, he was able to overcome all of that, and the team truly bonded over that. That's a bonding season right there for this Raiders team, and you just blew it up just to get Josh McDaniels, who's proven to be a little bit flaky. Oh, I'll take the Colts job. Oh no, I go back to the Patriots for a few more years. I know Josh McDaniels is a great mind overall offensively. We're not knocking him, but overall, you've got a tight-knit group that Josh McDaniels now coming in, taking over that tight-knit group, and he has proven to be a little flaky. That could show cracks of the tight bondness that the Raiders already had, and we've already seen that the players were speaking out when Rich Bisaccia got fired. So we don't love the overall beginning off season for this Raiders team. This is why we're saying you need to treat and get in the ear of Derek Carr so Derek Carr can win over the locker room for Josh McDaniels. That's really going to be the only way Josh McDaniels gets true respect of the locker room. If he gets Derek Carr and then Derek Carr starts to kind of, speak up and speak out for Josh McDaniels in the locker room to the players. So, right here, Derek Carr saying, hey, I kind of want to, I'm cool with the business relationship and everything like that, but I kind of want to get the families together, and I want to have a tight unit here. So, Josh McDaniels, you better listen to this. You better get your wife. You've got kids. I don't even know Josh McDaniels' family, but whatever family you got, you go over to Derek Carr's house right now, unannounced, surprising, showing up with meals, dishes. You got to cook. Josh McDaniels, you got to cook and bring over some good food for Derek Carr and win over his family. Win over Derek Carr. This is what you must do. So Josh McDaniels, I truly hope you're listening to what your quarterback is saying out here, because he's got his finger on the pulse of this Raiders locker room where you really don't, Josh McDaniels. So please, 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 Josh McDaniels, be nice to Derek Carr and really give him everything that he wants, or you're not going to make it here with this Raiders team. Obviously, Josh McDaniels, big pressure on his shoulders coming from the Belichick coaching tree. Not a lot of coaches have had success coming from the Bill Belichick coaching tree. Josh McDaniels, offensive guy, wants to kind of prove, hey, yeah, Bill had, a huge part of the Patriots dynasty, absolutely, but so did I. Yeah, Bill took care of the defense, but I was the entire brains behind that entire offense every year I was there. So we know Josh McDaniels wants to prove himself, but if you don't have the support of the locker room, you're not going to be able to prove anything. So Josh McDaniels, a true test of what he is as a head coach. Does he just keep it strictly business, doing kind of like the Bill Belichick thing, a little bit of a cold shoulder for the most part, or does he kind of go to the Sean McVay route, talking up and gushing and clamoring over your quarterback every second of the day, winning them over, because we just saw that win a chip. So Josh McDaniels, this is really, up to you whether the Raiders have success or not. It's how you treat this locker room, because they already really don't love you because they love the other head coach. Let's see what Josh McDaniels does here. So it's really going to depend on Josh McDaniels whether this Raiders team is good or not. We know Derek Carr can play. We know they've got players all over the field that can play. They got to the playoffs this season. Fantastic. Winning some games. Derek Carr has got an unbelievable arm, folks. His stats are honestly, top echelon of the league stats. So we know they can play, but can they be coached? We'll see. All right, final quote here by Derek Carr. Let's read the last lead up here. Here we go. Carr is under the final year of a 5-year, $125 million contract signed in 2017, and Rappaport previously noted a strong short-term deal could be a potential outcome of contract talks. Carr declined to discuss Friday the current state of negotiations, but he did acknowledge the balance between obtaining a top-of-the-line deal and one that would allow the Raiders to acquire other players. It's no secret Carr would like to play with former college teammate Davante Adams, who is in the middle of his own contract talks with the Packers, saying, quote, obviously that's in mind when I'm talking about all that, but there's also some football players that I want to play with, so I keep that in mind too. So once again, Derek Carr, the good guy. Hey, I'm cool to take a pay cut if we're going to get guaranteed great talent. So like Davante Adams, who they played with in college together, fantastic. And once again, I really want to see Derek Carr with Davante Adams so everybody can kind of get over Aaron Rodgers being so gosh dang great a little bit. It's obviously not going to be that much of an eclipse if Derek Carr has success with Davante Adams, but at the same time, it's like, hey, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is great, don't get us wrong, but is he as great as everybody says? Maybe. Obviously, there's the debate there. So, Josh McDaniels, it's all on you, man. It's all on you. Go get it done. So, we'll see how that goes. But that's what Derek Carr has to say quickly here. They've been great, and he wants their family over for dinner, really. So, we'll see how close Josh McDaniels gets with the Derek Carr and the entire locker room and roster here of this Raiders team. But it's going to depend on him whether they sink or swim this season.